Wow, I'm a bit surprised by that. Let's do the razor test again. I'm going to turn it on and leave it on. I have two webcams here. I've got this one on the right and this one on the left. One of these webcams is the Logitech Brio 4K webcam. It is selling on Amazon right now for about $165. The other webcam is the much cheaper Anker C200 2K webcam, selling for about $70, so almost $100 cheaper. Before I tell you which webcam is which, I want to run through just a few things so that we can compare the two before you know which one is the Brio and which one is the Anker. I do want to point out, if you can see this graphic below, it's showing what audio I am using, which right now is an XLR mic, so I'm not using the audio from either webcam at the moment. The first test I want to do is a color test, so I'm going to switch over to my mirrorless camera real quick. I'm holding up an orange box. You know it's orange because it basically looks orange. When I switch over to the web cameras, I will say this: the webcam on the left, it looks more like its actual color, more orange. The webcam on the right, it is almost a red color. And you can kind of see in my face as well, the webcam on the right, my face looks a bit more pinkish, a bit more red. I'm going to say, as far as colors go, the webcam on the left is the more accurate webcam. The next test I want to do is autofocus. Both of these webcams have autofocus, so I'm going to hold up some text. As far as autofocus goes, I think the webcam on the right tends to do a better job and a faster job. The webcam on the left does struggle a bit, but it gets it eventually. So for autofocus, the webcam on the right, I think it does a faster job. It's slightly better. They both do a pretty good job with autofocus. The one on the left is a little bit slower. As far as overall quality goes, now the Anker is 2K, the Brio is 4K. Honestly, I don't care about any of this. Almost every service you use scales it down to 720p. Anyhow, I'm going to say most people don't use 4K. The more important thing is sensor quality and how sharp or clear the image is. Now, if I scoot up a bit so you can see my hair, again, autofocus seems to be working better on the camera on the right. As far as quality and crisp and clearness goes, I don't know if I can tell a significant difference. Maybe you can. I think the clarity is good on both cameras. Let me hold up more text to compare. Oh man, yeah. I will say I do like the contrast on the camera on the left more. The paper looks more white. It looks, the text looks better on the left. It does struggle again with the autofocus, and honestly I can't tell if it's more clear, but I do think it looks better. Oh, there goes the autofocus. Come on, come on. Yeah, autofocus is better on the webcam on the right for sure. Next test we're going to do is a low light situation test. So if I go back to my mirrorless camera, you can see it is indeed quite dark. The only light I'm getting is from the monitors, not really doing a lot for me. And this is switched over to the webcam. So what do we notice here? The webcam on the left, the background is darker. I see kind of noise going on. The webcam on the right, especially like if you look at the background and look at the banjo and bass guitar and everything like that, it definitely looks better to me. Now if you look at my face, I'm still not a fan of the colors on the webcam on the right. This is one of those situations. I think the webcam on the left, I might prefer my face a little bit more. Could be a bit brighter. The webcam on the right, the background looks way better to me, but my face, maybe a bit too bright. I don't know. All right, next test, I'm going to turn on the overhead lights. I have LED lights that are quite bright actually. So let's try that out. All right, this is interesting with the bright lights. My face on the left looks a little more pink now than on the webcam on the right. Not sure what's going on there. Wow. I'm a bit surprised by that. Now when we do a color test, the webcam on the right seems almost a little more accurate to me than the webcam on the left. And again, this is with overhead LED lights. Something else I've noticed, webcam on the left, I don't know if you'll be able to see this in the video, but there is some flickering going on. Webcam on the right, no flickering. If you check out my super awesome shiny forehead, it's shinier on the webcam on the right. So I just have to say the webcam on the left, thank you. You're doing a little bit better job. The webcam on the right is definitely making it a little bit more shiny. This is interesting though. I kind of want to do a clarity test now again with the brighter lights and hold up some text. I still like the webcam on the left a little bit more for text for sure. The last test I want to do is an audio test with the microphones, so let me turn this off and turn on the webcam mics. Okay, this is the microphones coming from the webcam on the left. Just looking at the gain levels on OBS, I can tell that the gain is not quite as high as with my XLR mic. When I listened to the audio quality before, honestly, I think it sounds pretty good. Gain levels not super high. One thing I like to do is turn on the electric razor that I have here so you can see what it sounds like with background noise. Okay, so my razor is on, I'm talking over it. Again, this is the webcam on the left. All right, I have switched over to the webcam on the right. Looking at OBS, I can tell the gain level much better on this. And what I listened to before, the audio quality, I also think is really quite impressive with this webcam. Let's do the razor test again. I'm going to turn it on and leave it on. Just looking at OBS, I saw the gain levels go all the way down. This is still on. I don't know if you can still hear this or not, but the webcam on the right has really good noise cancellation on the microphones. It's really quite impressive in my opinion. Back to the XLR mic. That was kind of the quick and dirty audio test. I will say for sure I like the microphones on the webcam on the right more. Good job, webcam on the right. Really good job with noise cancellation. Also a really good job with the gain. You can hear everything really well. You can pick out the person talking. That is a really nice feature if you don't already have a nice mic. All right, have you been able to guess which webcam is which is the cheaper 2K Anker C200, which is the more expensive Logitech Brio? Let me pull up the graphics so I can show you. All right, webcam on the left is the Logitech Brio. Webcam on the right is the Anker C200. Not really sure if anything surprised you by finding out which is which. Now that you know which is which, let me tell you my opinions on both. Okay, the Logitech Brio. This is the camera I basically use to compare all other cameras with because traditionally it's been one of the best cameras out there. It is more expensive than most cameras, but the quality is really good. One of the things that surprised me with the Brio, I don't know if you can see this flickering going on, but the Brio does have a bit of flickering with the LED lights. The Anker camera does not. Looking at the Brio, the image quality and the colors, like if I hold up this orange box, it looks orange. Clarity and colors look better to me on the Brio. Let's switch over to the Anker. I don't think it's hugely significant. The colors are actually pretty good. The clarity is good. I'm actually really impressed with this lighting. I think comparing side by side, you can see they're both very good quality. The color is pretty good. The Brio, however, does better with more lighting situations. That being said, I will say I slightly prefer the Anker in low light situations, especially the background. It just looks much better with the Anker. This is the audio coming from the Brio. The gain has a bit to be desired, but overall, it's actually pretty good. If we switch over to the Anker webcam, however, I'm really impressed with the audio on this camera. Not only is the gain level really good and the audio quality really good, but you probably can't even tell that I have a fan on in the background because it is canceling out that noise. If I turn on this razor, you can hear it turn on and then die. How cool is that? I have an electric razor on and you can barely even hear anything. I'm just really impressed with the noise cancellation on the Anker webcam. If you have a noisy environment, this is a really good camera for that. So which is the better camera? Obviously that's a subjective question, and I'm really kind of torn. For the price, I do think the Anker is better. Like, it's just so much cheaper and the quality difference is slight enough that I would recommend the Anker for the price. That being said, if you're looking for the best video quality overall in more lighting situations, I would still go with the Brio. It's kind of tried and true. Right now, looking at myself in this Brio camera, the colors just look better to me. Overall, it looks slightly better. The flicker is annoying. Let me go back to my normal lights. The Anker does some weird stuff with colors in this particular lighting situation. It really kind of shines things up. Pow, pow. If you have a shiny forehead like me and you like to accentuate it, definitely go with the Anker camera. Honestly, it's not that bad, but it is something to be aware of. Overall though, I am really impressed with this Anker C200. It's got a cool design, smaller profile. I like that. The Brio, if you want to cover it up or turn it off, it has this flippity flip thing that you can turn it off. The Anker actually has a cool switch. Boom. The camera is off. How do I know that? Because I have an icon that says the camera's off. Those are my thoughts comparing the two cameras. I've got to say, for the price, I'm actually very impressed. I think it's a very good webcam. Is it the best webcam out there? No, but it is really good and it has a lot of impressive features, and it is a great alternative to the Brio if you are looking for something that's just about as good but at a much cheaper price. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions for this webcam.